Hey guys, Matt Blake here with Crescent Sports Performance and Area Code Baseball. Today we're going to be talking about some arm care techniques that we like to use on a daily basis with our throwers. In order to do that, we're going to bring in Howard, our massage therapist here at CSP in Mass, to talk about some of these soft tissue techniques that we incorporate.
And a lot of these techniques are going to be great. We can throw them in a warm-up, we can throw them in a cool-down period. Matt, I think you have a couple of suggestions maybe on the field where guys could use this?
Yep. Yeah, as an everyday kind of post-throwing recovery protocol, we'll have our guys go through some range of motion techniques as well as incorporate some of the soft tissue management that we're going to go over here.
So as a massage therapist, there's a lot of areas that I continually work on guys to keep them out on the field feeling healthy and pain-free. But I think there are a lot of things that the baseball players can do to help themselves in between massage sessions just to keep their tissue quality in order. And so a couple implements that we can use would be the massage stick and also just a baseball of some sort, a lacrosse ball as well. And a couple areas that I like to hit would be forearm, both the outside and the inside of the forearm. You can use a ball here and just kind of dig in if you feel any areas that are a little bit knotted up or painful or tender. We can work on that. My preference on the forearm is actually to use the stick. So if you have a corner someplace or a fence, and I'm going to have Matt kind of simulate what the fence would be here by holding this against the wall, and I can then dig in both to the underside of the forearm, and I can also get the top side of the forearm. And from there I can further work on the bicep and also the tricep, which is another area that gets really gritty in a lot of baseball players. Following that, we'll also use the ball, and Kelby, if I have you come around this way just a little bit, I can show the pec on the wall. So the pec, we can dig in kind of right here, and we can also get the backside into the lat a little bit and into the posterior cuff of the shoulder, and then coming around just a little bit further, we can also get kind of that rhomboid levator area, basically the border of the scapula or your shoulder blade.
Yeah, and so when we're looking at some of these places that he's targeting, these really are incorporated in kind of the throwing mechanics and the stress of decelerating your arm action. So if you turn around for a second, Chris, a lot of the guys that we see get stressful will either be in that kind of scapular stabilizer area where that scapula wants to move away from the midsection of that where the spine is. So you'll get some lengthening here and contracting that we got to kind of control, as well as kind of in this posterior cuff area. So these are both areas that we want to target and make sure we kind of keep smooth so that we get proper kind of scapular and humeral rhythm together, and we don't just get bound down in one of those areas and make it harder to control our deceleration.
And to further elaborate on that, we look at the pec being very important to do some soft tissue work on as well, because that can pull the whole shoulder joint complex forward, and it is an internal rotator, making it hard to get into that layback position when we throw.
Yeah, and so there you go. We got a couple techniques that we can rely on to kind of help keep the soft tissue quality up and running on a daily basis. And you can, like we said, you can use this in a warm-up, as an active filler in a strength training program, or as a post-throwing recovery protocol.